and we're here to bless you. This is the WCC podcast, and I'm Elisha. We have our guest today, Deacon Louisa.
Pleasure.
Yeah, a very impactful leader, and
Rogers
and I. So what do you call a king who is 3 inches tall?
3-inch king.
He's a ruler.
But
He's a ruler.
true. 3-inch.
So
But I thought a ruler is 30 centimeter long.
yeah.
So it's the king, like.
Kuna ile
It's a joke. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke.
Hakunanga ya 3
Inches. Anyways, yeah. And today we are talking about, speaking of a king, we are speaking about leadership. Yeah. So maybe someone would like to know, what is leadership? What is leadership? Yeah.
Yeah. So leadership is when you take people in a certain direction and you are aiming at a certain goal. So as a leader, you're supposed to lead people, you're supposed to help people to reach a certain goal that you want to reach. Yes, I believe that's what leadership is according to how I understand.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh wow. So ukisema tuna lead people in a certain direction, meaning maybe inaweza kuwa ni a call ama ni career ama ni, so inakuja from within ama ni just mtu anaamka tu asubuhi anaamua kuwa leader.
Okay, I know some people have said, and it's a myth, they say that people are born leaders.
Okay.
But yes, you might be born and you're not born a leader, because when you get born, what inspires you to start having that instinct of leading people is what you see around you. Okay. So when you see people taking up responsibility and telling people to go in a certain direction, so as you grow up, you see that leadership. That's when now you start developing leadership in you. So the myth of people are born leaders is not true.
So people are not born leaders?
No, people are not born leaders. They see what people do around, they start doing it, and after that also you start learning. The other way, if you don't see it around you as you grow up, you can also learn leadership if you are interested.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
What about wale wenye wanazalianga kwa kingdom wanaambiwa so after your dad you'll be a leader, or
Yes.
you will rule over this kingdom ama
Yeah, that's exactly what I've said. You see, now when they're born, they are told now you'll be a queen or you'll be a king. You'll become a princess or a prince. So they are told. Okay. Yes. So when they are told, now they start nurturing them. I think I've been watching some videos or some movies. You see the way a child is brought up to be a princess or a prince. Yeah. So they are nurtured and they are shown the way to be leaders. Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So in your life, I know you're a leader. What are some of the challenges that come with leadership as you learn responsibility?
Yes.
What are some of the challenges you face?
Now, you know, when you're a leader, first you have to understand that you're dealing with people who are different, from different backgrounds, with different personalities. So the challenges you face is like people may not understand what is expected of them. As a leader, you're supposed to tell them, this is what is expected of you. So you put out the goals, you put out the vision very clearly to the people you're leading. So the challenge you might have is when you do not stipulate and tell people, I want you, or we need to work together towards this certain goal. Yeah. So if you don't do that, but you always know that sometimes not everyone will follow what you say. You'll always get people going in a different direction.
Yeah.
Some may even feel you're not the right leader.
Yeah.
So they start doing things just to frustrate you, or they want to see what you will do.
Yeah.
So those are just some of the challenges. But as a leader, you're supposed to learn people and sit down and reflect and know how to handle people. Yes.
Wow, amazing. So unamaanisha ile time watu ni kama wanataka ku overthrow, maybe they are not like hawajabambika na wewe kuwa their leader. So unini what is your reaction ikifika umegundua people when una lead they are not into it
for you? Okay, so first of all you should find out why are they against you. It could be you're the one who has a problem. It could be you're not listening to them. Because as a leader you're supposed to listen to the people, and I think that is one of the mistake I did when I started being a leader. For me, I didn't understand that leadership is about involving people, letting them, be involved in the things that you're doing. For me, I thought when you're given leadership, now you're expected to make decisions on your own. You're supposed to do things and make them follow. But yes. So if you see people rebelling, if you see people going against it, you should sit down and think, what am I doing wrong? And if it's possible, take a step further, talk to your people. Go at a personal level, even if it means talking to one or two of them. Find out. Hold a meeting. Find out, what is it that you're doing wrong? Don't go there telling them, I'm finding out. Just look for your own way. Try to find out what's going wrong. Why are they rebelling? It could be I'm doing something wrong. And that's why they are rebelling. Yes.
Wow.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Wow, I heard someone say, you cannot lead unless you are led. Like, you cannot lead unless you have someone who is leading you. So what do you think? Can someone just rise out of the blues without being mentored into leadership? You just, because of, for example, vile umesema unapata, there are some situations that demand kukua addressed to, and there is no one, so you rise up to the task. So is it a must for you to be mentored to become a leader?
I can say it's not a must, but it's important for you to be mentored, because like I said, I think it's going back to the statement we are saying, no one is born a leader. So you always need direction, you need how to do things. And above all, sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you're not able to solve. You sit down, you think about it, but you're like, there's no way out. So that is where now you go to your mentor and you're able to be guided. And you see, like, I can say, even if you are the president of the country or you are the bishop of a certain church, you also need the guidance of God. God is the one who will lead you. So you cannot say that you cannot have anyone above you. There has to be somebody above you, whether it's a human being or even if it's God. Yes.
Na so kuna kuanga na zile primary qualities ama skills zenye a leader should have. Okay, among others kuna tu zile zenye zinakuwa common to every to all leaders. Na kunazo specific.
Yes, there is. Because for you to be a leader, first you have to be patient. So if you're not patient and for example you expect people, you're calling a meeting, then people don't come on time. Then you get mad and you're not even able to hold the meeting. Then that will not be a leadership skill. So there are those specific, I can say, attributes that you need for you to be a leader. So you need to first to be patient. Two, you also need to be somebody who is visionary. If you cannot think ahead, then you might be caught off guard. If you are not able to see the direction that you're going, or even realize that you're going in the wrong direction and sit back and reflect, then you'll not be able to be a leader. Also, as a leader, you need to know and have the skill and the wisdom to know how to handle issues and challenges as they come. You might have been given a leadership position and you've been given, this is what you're supposed to do and this and this. Then a situation comes which is not written down. So what are we going to do? So you have to have wisdom for you to be able to, solve an issue. Yes. So there are qualities that you need to do.
Amazing.
Yes.
So is it this year? Oh, last year,
Yes.
we were facing a crisis in our nation when the young people, Gen Z,
Yes.
they were demonstrating, wakisema sijui, one time, sijui.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like people lose trust in the leader. Like, for example, someone became a leader, and on the way, people lose trust and confidence. So let's say, for example, you're in a position where you have lost trust of your watu wako, those whom you're leading.
Yes.
Let's say even in a company, and almost everyone, the same way ulikuwa umesema, people are against you.
Yeah.
So how can you gain that trust and confidence to your members, those who are below you?
Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to realize as a leader, sometimes people can rebel not because you're bad. They can even rebel because somebody intimidated them or told them something wrong about you. But it doesn't matter, it happens. But if it already happens, sometimes you can't change it. It's already happened. People have lost trust in you.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is to first sit down and reflect. If you gave them promises, have you fulfilled the promises?
Si kusema na kutotenda.
Lazima utende. So you can't give them promises and that's why people lose trust. You told them, I'll do this, I'll do that, and you don't do that. So what you need to do, since the damage is already made, you have to sit back, reflect. If it's possible, get somebody who will go in to be a mediator.
Yeah.
You know, to go and speak to the people and bring back the trust. Okay? So you also have to be, as a leader now, you'll have to calm down, go and admit your mistakes. You have to admit, yes, I did this, it was wrong, and now, what would you like us to do?
Yeah.
Then you have to think of now, what is the way forward? So you listen to them and tell them, yes, I've heard you, you've said you want this and this. This is not possible, but this is possible. Now, if you're giving a promise now for the second time, don't give promises that you know you won't keep. So you tell them, okay, we are going to work through this.
No.
If you know the timeline is not enough, don't tell them by next week. If you know it will not be ready by next week, it's not possible. So you tell them we are going to work on it and we are going to communicate as we go along.
Yeah.
Yes.
Na pia you know in our African leaders wakipata kitu kama imefanyika huwa wa admit.
Yes.
Una find out that wamepatana, wametafuta groups ni nini, wametengeneza groups kuenda maybe ku assassinate ama kufanya kujua na people when wanamfollow, so washa lose trust.
Sure.
So instead ya kukubali, they are like I must leave them.
Yes.
So unapata wameingia kwa mambo yenye hizi.
Yes.
Si ya kiungu.
I understand. So that's why I always say politics is a very tricky game. So when somebody is getting in politics, if you are a Christian, then you should maintain your values as a Christian. Because we understand that sometimes even people in leadership, we have different styles of leadership. And you would find that there are people who are called dictators. Yeah. So there's dictatorship. So sometimes you cannot change some leadership. But you as a leader, it's your responsibility to listen to your people. And when things go wrong, you need to sit down and listen to them. So it's so sad that some things are happening in Africa, but it is my prayer that one day things will change.
Amen.
That things will change for the better.
Yeah.
That people will be involved and people will be listened to. Sometimes you'll hear leaders saying that we're involving the people. They come listen to you, but they don't implement what they tell you because people are hungry for power and all that. But I pray to God that these things will change with time. Yes.
So do you think there is hope for Africa? The hope for Africa to have one leader?
Yes. To have one leader like we have African United States.
Yes.
It's not for me to say
With people
because with people like it's not for me to say because at the end of the day, first of all, people have to agree.
Yeah.
So if for example, I'm in Kenya and the another one is in Botswana and we don't agree, then it will be so hard for us. Maybe we could take up the same kind of structure that the United States have. As much as it's called United States of America, we have different states which are governed by governors. So they are like a state in themselves. And I think the same thing is happening in Kenya. We have 47 states, and each state is governed by a governor and, the other systems of government. So what we need to do is to make sure those particular counties are strong. When they are strong, each and everyone is responsible, then we all work together towards the same goal. Yes, so as Kenya and as Africa, of course, it has to be Kenya, Uganda. So until we come to the realization that we have to come together to work as one, then it's going to be difficult.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a position where you're a leader and you're supposed to make decisions and you're under pressure?
Yes.
Now, how do you handle that? Uko na pressure,
kwa dilemma.
Uko huku chini wanasema hivi,
huku
juu because there is someone who is above you as a leader.
Yes.
Now, how do you handle that pressure uko hapo katikati?
Yes, you see, when there's pressure, first of all, I can say when you're under pressure, you might make some wrong decisions. So you should be very careful not to succumb to the pressure. Huyo akisema hivyo unasema sawa tuacha tufanye, because you don't want to be pressurized. So what you need first of all, you need to retreat. Sit back, think of what you will do. This what these people are asking, is it according to what you agreed? Is it the right thing or it's the wrong thing? Also look at the pressure that is coming from above. Yes, they expect you to do this and that, but it's for you to sit down and talk with the people above you and tell them, yes, I understand this and this and this, but I'm working towards it, and give them a timeline. Sit down with the ones who are under you, also talk to them. So it's a matter, when it comes to pressure, what brings pressure is when there is no clear communication. So when there's communication to the people below you and the people above you, then that pressure will ease. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So ukisema hivyo si unajua pia unaweza kuwa umewambia hivyo like ujamili the expectations kama your team. So kuna venye utahitaji kwa motivate, ku encourage to do this. Now yuko in the mood because chenye walikuwa na expect ufanye because umekuwa pressured chini juu pia. So ukafanya kitu iko centered, so expectations za team yako ijafikiwa. So how do you motivate and encourage your team?
So first of all, you remember when I was saying when you are leading a team, first you have to make sure that you make the expectations clear. Okay? So and sometimes maybe there are things they expect you to do that you may not be able to. So you have to take them back and tell them, these are the visions that we are aiming at, and these are the goals. This is what is expected of us. Okay? So whatever they're expecting, you tell them, think of the consequences. If we do this, this is the result. If we do this, are you ready for the consequences? So you explain to them and tell them, if we do this, this is what will come out, and we'll be going out of our mission or our mission. Okay? So you just have to agree with them, and like you're saying, you also motivate them. It's very important. This is when now you think outside the box. You might come up with your own motivation or say it's not working. Yes. So it's for you now to speak to them and know what is it that they want.
So ni in the hapo wakati una motivate, hapo ndo una make sacrifices. You need to like unaingia hadi kwa maybe kwa mfuko yako, wengine unaingia family.
Exactly.
It can affect your own personal life.
Yes. Because sometimes you need to motivate your team. So sometimes you could be working for an organization and they're not able to meet the cost. So that time you have to make a personal sacrifice, whether it's of time or money or whichever. You make a personal sacrifice so that you're able to work with your team. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Good. So leadership is like a course. Like sometimes you go through, you make mistakes as a leader. Sometimes you're at your strongest.
Yeah,
it's a mixed thing. Unapata uko up, uko down.
Yes.
Have you ever made a mistake that taught you a very good lesson?
Yes.
Can you give us an example? Maybe someone can.
Yes. True. Yes, I know there's a mistake. Like I started at the beginning. The mistake I did is I thought that I have to make decisions for the team. That is the mistake. But sometimes you might make some decisions and they don't sit well with them. So I learned that what you need to do, you don't do everything. You delegate some duties to other people, you give responsibility. You know, people feel good when you give them responsibility. You don't just do everything on your own. So that, I think it's a mistake I did, but I learned with time that it's not about, when you're a leader, it doesn't mean that you make all the decisions, you do everything on your own. You know, because sometimes you have to understand that people are not perfect. People make mistakes. So when somebody makes a mistake, approach them. If they have an issue, try to find out, why are they doing that? The mistake they did they do it intentionally or it was not intentional? So when you understand that, then it makes your leadership better.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are trying to tell us that the best way to solve conflict maybe kwa organization kwa nini na ama maybe between the leader and the team ni just by knowing how ama kuwaelewa na pia wewe kujielewa pia kama leader position huko like kuna vitu unafaa kufanya kama hiyo kuji-explain. Explain waambie hii imefanyika jio hii. So is that what you are trying to tell us?
Yes, so what I'm trying to say also, sometimes there's conflict because one person, like I've said, we have different personalities. So you could be somebody where uko na hasira nyingi kushinda huyu, ukikosewa kidogo unakasirika, and then you go and tell your friend, huyu ametubo leo. Umejangori. Yeah. So you have to understand your people first. There are different ways of solving conflicts depending on what is the situation. Sometimes you even have to sit people down, yes, and tell them, umefanya makosa hivi na. Sometimes you have to tell them to go and sit and agree, then you call them and you solve it. Sometimes you have to involve a third party to help. So it depends on the situation. That's why I said, as a leader, you need wisdom so that you look at, how am I going to solve this issue? How am I going to solve this conflict that is? Because if there's conflict in your team or whichever people you're leading, then you'll not be able to work towards the same goal. Yes.
Wow. So maybe, let's say you're in a position where you are a leader and there's a decision you'd like to make. You have emotions zako zinakataa. Maybe uko na ile fear, uko na fear. You know, it's really a problem. Hadi ukiangalia Bible, kuna watu walikuanga na uoga. Gideon anaambiwa enda ukalead watu. But I'm the youngest, weakest. So how do you overcome fear as a leader? Because it's a real problem. Because sometimes you want to make it requires integrity. And kuna ile uoga tu inasema sasa nikifanya nikatae. Take to take risk. Take to take risk.
Yeah, I can say as a leader, sometimes you have to take risks, like you're saying. You take risks, but you have to take risks as a leader because there are some things maybe you've never done before. It's something new. If you can consult with other people who have done it before or who have gone through before, it will help a lot. Okay? If you talk with your people, or you know, we are not perfect and everyone has their talent. And when you're leading a team, you know this one has a strength in this area, this one has a strength in this. Involve them. If you feel like if I do this thing, it will go the wrong way, ask the person you think has experience. Could even be the least quiet in your team, but they are strong in that area. So you involve them, you talk to them, you get direction, then you are able to do that. But when you say fear, you're not supposed to have fear. You're supposed to face fears, because the Bible even tells us fear is of the devil. So why would you want to be in that direction? So you face a problem if it doesn't work. Because another thing why we fear is because we are like, we are going to be failures. It may not work. But who said you have to be perfect? No. Accept failure. When you have fear, let's say, let's do it. After you do it and you fail, then in the process, you learn. Somebody once said that which does not kill you makes you stronger. So don't fear.
Okay.
Do it, fail, pick up your pieces and move.
Amen,
Yes.
amen, amen.
Amen.
Na so ukiongelea mambo ya leadership, you see pia tunaweza kuwa leaders inside church,
Yeah.
ama ya organization yenye God like inaweza affect your faith. Sometimes una make decisions zenye zinakaa ni kama zinakutoa kwa God. So how do you deal with situation kama hiyo?
Okay. So when, like for example, for me, like I'm a teacher. So sometimes you might find I might get a job in an Indian school. Yes?
Yeah.
And I have to make some decisions that are they're not going according to God's faith. But you have to know that when you are taking up the job, you knew that I cannot put my faith in this decision that I'm making in this place.
Yeah.
So you have to separate what you're doing together with, but you have to make your stand clear. Yes. So you have to make your stand clear. You say, as much as I'm making this decision, but as a person, I think this should be the right way. So you should not do a decision that will favor you. No, the decision should be neutral and should be able to favor everyone in the team. Even if you make a decision, let it not like somebody feels like you are suppressing them or they feel like they are minority. No, everyone has to feel comfortable. You can also make a decision by putting different options. It doesn't have to be one. This one will favor this one and this one will. So you can make a decision that will favor each and every person.
Okay.
Yes.
Wewe kama leader,
Yes.
what inspired you to become a leader?
It's very funny. How I started being I didn't even realize that I can be a leader. Growing up when I was young, I used to watch my dad. So my dad was every time he would tell us he's a supervisor or he's someone. So I used to admire the way he used to do things and make decisions. Then he used to tell us, we were born girls in our family. So he used to tell us, as much as we are girls in this family, don't let anyone tell you cannot speak out your mind. So even when I used to go to school, I would speak my mind. So somehow I used to find myself being given leadership positions. So growing up, like for example, I was very active in co-curricular activities. I would find myself in singing, game, gymnastics. I would go for it. I wouldn't fear. So I would just find myself being told, when ndo uta lead, when ndo uta introduce the choir, you know. So I would just find myself being, as much as I would hide and say, no, I'm only participating. I don't want to be a leader. But somehow, then I think growing up also, when I would see something going wrong, I'd be like, no. I would tell people, we can't let this thing go like this. We have to do something about it.
Ukiwa na soprano tu bado.
Yes. Saizi niko na something almost like bass. Inaitwa contra alto. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So that is what made me. So every time najipata, I'm being told, wewe ndo uta lead. So that's how I started having confidence that I can be a leader. So hata nikienda pahali, si kwa tinasema ati I want to be a leader. Just because of the way I would take up roles. Kitu inafanyika wrong, I do it. Then be like, this one can do it. And that is just how I started being a leader. Yes.
Na hauko unaogopa, unajua in Africa ama in the world today wanajuanga most of the leaders wanafaa kuwa the other gender as in wanaume, so
exactly
face aje.
Yeah, so first, like I've told you, we were born girls only. So my dad always used to sit us down and tell us, no one should bring you down. It doesn't matter that you're a girl. You still have a voice. So I think my father helped us to be confident. So if you would see, then he would always encourage us to be active in school. and all that. So that thing really, so when I was young, I used to do every activity. I used to be in gymnastics, I used to be in singing game, I used to be in choir, I used to do practically everything. I think that also helped me gain the confidence. So for me, it's not like right now I stand before people to speak. I started it when I was 3 years old.
Oh my God.
So that one really helped me. I never, Okisema, who wants to do this? I would be like the first to raise my hand and say, I'm going to do it. I think that's how it came out.
Oh.
Yes.
So is that person who has influenced your style of leadership?
Yes, my father.
Oh, your
Yes.
dad.
So
Yeah, and also I like getting knowledge every time. Sorry. I've been reading and listening to Miles Monroe. I think he gives very powerful insights.
Yeah.
And then for growing in faith, we have Joel Osteen. Why I like Joel Osteen, he always encourages, he always tells you, there's something else you can do. Do not give up. And Miles Monroe will always teach you that as much as you're a leader, have you sat down to look at, am I doing this right? Do you have a strategy? So those are the two people who I've admired and have worked to bringing the leadership in me. Yes.
Wow. So umesema about reading.
Yes.
I had someone say if you stop reading,
Yes.
you stop leading.
True.
Wow.
oh my God. And so vile umesema like oh my God. Like umesema
Which point?
umepoteza nini?
He was talking
Utakata.
about mentors.
Utakata hapo.
Silikuwa naongea about mentors about
Inspiration.
Joel Osteen,
Yeah,
Miles
inspiration.
Monroe. Is that a question?
Ndio imepotea.
It's okay.
Wow.
Okay, so we have different qualities of leaders. Like for example, as a leader, there is a way you need to address people. Like there is a particular way that you're supposed to speak as a leader. What are these things? These two minor things that affect how one can lead.
Okay. So I can say when you're a leader, there's no like specific way of speaking. It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to have a commanding voice. Yes. Sometimes you have commanding doesn't mean that you're commanding people.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that you have to let people know that what you're saying should be firm. Because sometimes if you always joking when you're speaking, people may not take you serious.
Yeah.
So even when you are serious, people will think you're joking. Okay? So it depends on the situation. It also depends on your audience. Who are you speaking to? Who are you working with? If it's young children, you can't speak to them the same way you're speaking to teens, and not the same way you're talking to adults.
Yeah.
And even youth. Kama ni my youth, like for example, as a teacher, I have taught high school students, I've taught junior school, and even sometimes I deal with young children. So the way you pass across a message to a team is not the same. It depends first of the situation. Have people done a wrong thing? Are you correcting them? Or at that time, do you want to pass across a certain very important message? Okay? So leadership is not about a certain voice. It's about the situation. What kind of voice will you speak at that time? Are you speaking with a loving voice at that time, compassionate voice, or a commanding voice? So it depends on the situation and the audience that you're dealing with.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
Now kuna hii issue iko in Africa sana okay we are Africans.
Yes,
so
yes.
kuna hii issue inatokea mostly in churches, wanasema hadi wana quote sema like women should not lead in kwa church, or they should not preach, they should not take part in any leadership kwa kanisa.
Sure.
Is this correct ama ni mambo tu ya wanadamu?
I don't want to judge anyone and say that whether it's wrong or right. it depends on what you have agreed as a church. So in some churches, you will find that they will say ladies or women are not supposed to be in leadership position. They're supposed to do some other duties and all that. So it depends on what is the structure of that organization or what is the structure of that church. So if the church allows women to be at the front, then that's well and good, because we say that not everyone has to be at the front. I can have a leader who is a man, but am I supporting them? Because at the end of the day, if I don't support the leader there, then we will not succeed. So it just depends on the structure.
Yeah.
So I won't judge it.
So what will you tell a young leader who is mashinani huko or anywhere who comes across this video? What will you tell them in leadership as they come up? What will you tell them?
Yeah, so I can tell young leaders that the world is changing. The world is dynamic, and you can't lead the way we used to lead.
Yeah.
Things are dynamics. Right now, you use the instruments that are available. For example, right now we have technology.
Yeah.
The perspective and the way we think is different from what people used to. So you have to be dynamic.
Yeah.
You have to know what's happening around,
Yeah.
so that when you're leading, they also relate to what you're saying. Yes. And as a young leader, you should know that you have to have the qualities of a leader. You need to be patient. You need to be open-minded. You need to have wisdom. And above all, if it's possible, have a mentor to help you go through the journey.
Wow.
Involve your members. Let everyone have a part to play when you're in leadership. If you do that, then you'll be able to lead well, and you won't have a hard time. Yeah.
Maybe mi niwaambie tu like as you lead, just listen to the voice of God. Usitoke kwa njia, usiamue ku compromise. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something that has popped out. Okay, so maybe it's the last question. You have found yourself, you're in a, let's say, an institution, but the system is cooked. The system is cooked. You have gone there with your integrity. You have to do your things biblical way. But you enter somewhere the same way it happens to our government.
Sure.
Unaingia vizuri, wewe kwanza ulikuwa kanisani, unaimba. Ukaingia hapo.
Kubadilika.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you
deal with that?
Yeah, you're in that system yenye
Yes.
it's cooked, and you, because you love integrity.
Sure. What I can say, when you go there, don't do things like the other people are doing. Continue doing your things in integrity. Like even I know as a person that most of the times you'll find for you to get something, somebody expects you to give back a favor or even get a cut. Don't do that. Let them know your stand from the beginning. When they ask you to do something that is contrary to your faith, tell them, no, I won't do this. This is what I'm going to do. People will judge you. They might isolate you, but you have to stand by what you know, and you stand by your principles. You don't do things just because other people are doing, but you stand by your faith and your integrity, and you pray to God. If it becomes too hard for you, then you pray to God to help you, take you to a place that you'll be comfortable.
Wow.
Yes.
Are there some of the books that you can advise someone to go read as they build their leadership?
So like I said, people have different people they admire or they want to follow.
Yeah.
So right now we are in the world of technology. So even apart from books, we have online. You can go and listen to some podcasts, just like the one we are listening to right now. You can look at people. It depends on which kind of leadership you want to follow. Is it church leadership you want to follow? Is it motivation that you want? Depends on which kind of leadership you want. So the different kinds of leadership you will find online. If it's books, then we have so many different books out here. Like for me, there's a book that I was reading on leadership. It says that think like a CEO, act like how does that book go? I'm forgetting the title. It is something to do with think like a CEO and act like a manager, something like that. So, and another one was called Who Moved My Cheese. So there's so many books out here on leadership. So it's your choice, it's your taste. What do you want to read about? Yes. Thank you.
Amazing. So, who is that great leader that you ever would like to meet
That's an interesting question.
and have a you take coffee together with that great leader?
Yeah. I think you have talked to him. We've talked about him when we were on a break. PLO Lumumba.
Oh,
As much as he didn't lead for long, I think I admired how he used to do things. Like you're talking about integrity.
Yeah.
So for him, he was like, I'm not going to compromise my integrity just because other people around me are doing that. So I would love to meet him because I can imagine if he's given a chance, the things that would happen in Africa, in Kenya, and around
Yeah.
the world. So it would be a pleasure if I would get to meet him and just talk to him.
wow.
Yes.
Amazing. We have come to the end of our podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Tell us how it's impacting your life, and let's